Let's continue our analysis of the sentences from chapter 20 with the sententiae antiquae. Number 1, cornua ceruum ar periculis defendunt. I like this one because I like the juxtaposition of cornua, horns, cornua ceruum. I like the sound. I like this is your subject, the nominative plural neuter. This is your accusative singular masculine. And the cornua ceruum, the horns, the hind. Oh, we can do that, but it's not a word we use much. The stag is what we use, but the horns, the hind, from danger they defend. The horns define the stag, the deer from dangers. Defend the deer from dangers. Ablative of separation here, used with a preposition. Because defendant doesn't always, and the reason it has the preposition, whereas, for example, cario and to deprive and to lack, those words don't use a preposition, is because the prepositionness, if you will, is included in the verb. But you can defend a town, or you can defend a town from danger. So in this case, we have you can defend the ceruum, or defend the ceruum from danger. That's when you need the preposition, because the preposition isn't necessarily contained in the verb. We get used to it. Number 2, Oedipus duobus oculis se privavit. And here we have an example. Oedipus deprived himself. There's the direct object, but from his 2 eyes. This is your ablative, plural, masculine, and the privavit contains the prepositionness. I just made that up, to be honest with you. Contains the prepositionness, and so it's not necessarily with verbs of privo, libero, and cario. You don't need that preposition. Oedipus deprived himself of his 2 eyes. Number 3, Themistocles bello persico Graeciam servitute liberavit. Themistocles freed. He freed what? Greece. From servitude. This is your ablative, singular feminine. Free from. That's your the ablative of separation. And this is your ablative of time when in the Persian War. Number 4. Demosthenes multos versus uno spiritu pronuntiabat. Demosthenes is the name. He used to pronounce many verses. Accusative, plural, masculine. This is your new 4th declension noun. And this versus is very jarring to you, perhaps, to see this us ending to be the accusative plural. And yet it is. But they used to pronounce many verses in one breath. A lot like me in these videos sometimes, I'm aware. I've been told. Persicos apparatus odi. I hate the Persian machine, I guess you'd say, the Persian apparatus. Again, this is your accusative plural, masculine. And honestly, I don't know the origin of this phrase, some historical thing. But the Persian machine, as in what they got going on. Their whole setup. I can't stand it. Iste, ooh, the negative one. That man, karet, is without common sense. That's great. This is your ablative of separation. Why no preposition? Because cario doesn't use the preposition. That man, the pejorative, that man. Not ille, but the iste. That man lacks common sense. 7. Senectus nos privat omnibus voluptatibus, neque longe abest ar morte. So this neque is a conjunction that means and not. So the old man deprives us from all desires, or old age, senectus, old age. This is your nominative, singular. I want to say it's senectus, senectute, senectus, might be feminine. Don't hold me to that. That the old age deprives us from all desires and is not far from death. Charming. Pleasant. Number 8. Nullus accusator caret culpa. No accuser is without fault. Omnes, we all sin. And again, there's your ablative of separation. with the verb karet, kario, karere. I mean, almost always. I can't think of a single exception that I've run across where kario doesn't take the ablative of separation, and kario just means to be without lack. Number 9, nulla pars vitae vacare officio potest. No part of life, no part, the part of life is able to be, your complementary infinitive, to be free of complementary infinitive, of duty, obligation. No part of life is able to be free of duty or obligation. Number 10, prima virtus est vitio carere. The first virtue is to lack vice. I like this. Virtus and vitio. The virtue is to be without, this is your ablative of separation. I mean, I just like the V words there. Prima virtus est vitio carere. I like the organization. The first virtue is to be without, is to lack vice. Number 11. Vir scelere vacuus non eget jaculis neque arcu. A man empty of crime has no need. A man empty. This describes man, but the scelere, but it governs scelere. Vacuus, and it governs the ablative of separation. Does not need, is not in need. And here we have another separation. Ablative with the verb ego, egere. Does not need a javelin or a bow. Not sure the meaning of this sentence, to be honest with you. Just explaining the grammar here. Number 12. Magni tumultus urbem eo tempore miscebant. Great sounds, tumultus. This is your, and magni modifies it. Notice that you may be thrown a bit by this us ending, but this is nominative, plural, masculine. Great sounds, great tumults. Is that a word in English, tumults? Can you say tumults? We have tumult, singular. Great sounds mix. Disturbed. The city, urbem, at that time. Ablative, time when. Ablative, singular. Tempus is neuter. At that time, ablative of time when. And number 13. Literae snatui populoque alla brogum manibus conjuratorum ipsorum erant scripte. Letters were written. Letters were written to the Senate and the people. These are your dative. Dative singular. Dative singular. Letters were written to the Senate and the people of the Allobroges by the hands, ablative of means, of the conspirators themselves. These two go together. Conjuratorum is your genitive plural masculine, and ipsorum modifies it. So, the letter had been written to the Senate and people of the Allobroges by the hands of the conspirators themselves. That's your chapter 20 sentences. Let me know if you have questions. Thanks.